Welcome to my realm. I'm Tami Jorden, and this is Butterfly Days, the podcast that proves you're not past your prime, you're living in it right now, because women don't have expiration dates. Butterfly Days is a celebration of the extraordinary potential of GenX and Boomer women. Throughout history, women have shared wisdom to uplift and empower one another, and you're about to learn hard-earned wisdom and best-kept secrets from interesting, inspiring women. So if you're ready to embrace your butterfly season with confidence, find joy in the present, and create a legacy that matters, you're in the right place. No more holding back. Let's spread our wings now. Here we go. Welcome to my realm. You're listening to Butterfly Days, and I'm Tami Jorden. When I told a beautiful millennial friend that I'd be celebrating 60 with lifelong besties, the same ones who toasted 20, 30, 40, and 50 with me, she was stunned and a little in awe. She said, "Oh, I want to do that. Please tell my Jen what you know that we should know." And I loved she knew it's important to be intentional about friendships. That's not talked about enough. Long-standing friendships are one of life's greatest blessings, and I'm honored to have two sets, high school friends and a group acquired when our Gen Zers were kindies. These women celebrate the highs, and they know where the bodies are buried. We show up with shovels without being asked, you know what I mean? And besides my family, my ride or die sisters are my greatest treasures, although one technically is my cousin, so both. Research shows these relationships are not decorative, but on par with fitness. They're keys to healthy aging. Friendship, it turns out, is a great investment. If you haven't gotten serious about your inner circle, it's worth consideration. We're told to focus on our bodies in aging, but rarely our hearts. So here's the hard data, baby. Get this. The Harvard Study for Adult Development, the longest running study on happiness, shows it's not wealth or success that sustains us, but close relationships. Friendships help us thrive as we age. Dr. Robert Waldinger said this about the study. The clearest message that we get from this 85-year study is this: good relationships keep us happier and healthier, period. Isn't that amazing? You know, friendship is not just emotionally nourishing, it's life extending. Strong social bonds can literally help us live longer. Consider this from Julianne Holt Lundstedt. She's a social connection and longevity researcher. She said this in 2010. People with stronger social relationships have a 50% increased likelihood of survival compared to those with weaker ties. So, given this, what's my secret sauce? Everybody can go at it their own way, but this is my secret sauce. First of all, you must be a real friend to have a real friend. Cannot shortcut that. You have to be as good to them as they are to you. Real friendship is forged in the daily, often unnoticed moments that gradually weave a strong net of trust. It's just how it is. Showing up for each other, laughing and crying together, healthy sacrificing to help each other, believing in each other. These are the ingredients that foster deep, trusting relationships. Trust is risky for some of us, and it's important to realize that the walls that protect our hearts are the same ones that keep love out. And at this age, we need to be frank with ourselves about that. It's prudent to be discerning, absolutely, about who we trust, but we need to trust to develop the bonds that we need. There are a few types of friendships from work to home life, and they vary by depth, and I'm addressing the meaningful ones. I believe we have friends for reasons, seasons, and lifetime. Cheesy, but it works as a framework. All three of those have shaped my life. Although I'm frank to say, I wanted lifers and I sought to understand how to build those early on. It's never too late, though, to connect with other good hearts. Reason, friends, not every friendship will or should last forever. That a few do makes them even more precious. The way I think of it is like you can't get spectacular diamonds at Walmart for a reason. You have to invest more to get the good stuff. You know, a friendship that began well but then went off the rails has a value because you learned. Every heartbreak teaches important lessons. I learned to release the reason friendships with gratitude for the lesson and pull my energy back when friendships go awry. Sometimes that happens. Learn and move on, girl. That's critical. Your most important relationships will need all of you to show up and not be stuck in a past of who did what. So then there are season friends. Some friends are there for seasons of your life. At our age, there have been chapters of who we were or what we did. And I have many wonderful memories of beautiful folks who drifted in and out over the years. To be honest, I used to feel a little guilty when I couldn't keep up with those who used to be larger parts of my life. But we have Facebook to see how they are if we ever wonder. It doesn't diminish how much we like them or the time that we shared to go on to where we need to go or to allow them to do the same. Hold these friendships with a loose grip so they flow as they need to. And the lifetime friends. My lifers are a different breed. They're women in whose life I have chosen to invest by vulnerably sharing my own. We have built trust one secret, one joke, one glass of wine at a time. It's not that there were not mistakes, but we own them because it hurt us as much as the other. We keep our eyes focused on each other's hearts because whatever mistakes, if the other person loves you and is trying, you can find grace to make it through any season. Sometimes one of you will carry the load more, but not always, or it's not the kind of friendship that I'm talking about here. Over time, showing up for each other and knowing each other's stories becomes a sort of safety net, a touchstone, a talisman, something precious. Honesty is crucial with my lifers. We can tell each other all caps anything. If there's spinach in your teeth, that dress fits weird, honestly, or he's the worst, we can say it. But this is critical. We find kind and respectful ways to share the tough parts. We understand each of us is unique and we respect the right to make choices that, well, we would not. The incomparable Kitty Carlisle Hart once spoke of her extraordinary circle of old friends by saying they knew when to speak up and when to remain silent. You can always swoop in if things go sideways. That's how I think of it. But this balance is critical to be appropriately tolerant and vigilant. Deeply rooted trust is when you know someone has your back, easy or not, and when you can reciprocate. Y'all, mutual trust is everything in life. I intentionally chose women who are kind, smart, hopeful, who show up fully in their lives. They're not quitters. They love to laugh. They don't have sharp edges or shatter easily. And they're committed to becoming the best version of themselves while encouraging me to do the same. I believe that there is infinite power in our lives being truly witnessed and in witnessing each other over time. Such love is the rocket fuel to become our best self. In sum, here's the radical part that I invite you to consider. Be aware that too many friends makes dilution, so you don't have bandwidth to go deep. I'm now clear I only have so much time. I invest in relationships with the highest mutual value. This means editing is important. Many people I know only connect with others who share their ideas or their social connections. I am less inclined to that. I appreciate a variety of perspectives and being challenged to think broader. I'm far more concerned with your character than your political party, your religious preferences, if you like dogs, or whether you work out. A good heart that's true blue beats out having the same background socioeconomically or culturally for me. I love that my friends hail from around the country. Some grew up blue collar, some white. Some have degrees, some graduated the School of Hard Knocks. Some are progressives, some are devout conservatives. This is a personal thing here. I refuse to allow social civil wars to control who I love. It requires delicate discussion when really hard topics come up. Eye rolling is tolerated. But I believe land of the free means you get to believe what you want and you get to love who you want and not who you are told by any group for any reason. Friendship is ultimately a personal investment. The returns carry us later in life in ways that we cannot yet properly imagine. So I hope your life is nourished by thoughtful, authentic, and loving friends. And I hope you intentionally seek those you can deeply trust and who trust you. I hope you spend many evenings laughing until you cry. And I hope you never cry alone again. And I hope one day, when you wrap up your journey with each other, that you begin your eulogy as I would with my chosen sisters. There would be no me without you. I believe this is possible for you, dear listener. So remember, I'm rooting for you. If this moved you, will you please take a hot minute and share the link with another woman? We pass our wisdom one caring moment at a time to help each other. I'm so grateful you listened to this episode. I hope it was a real value to you. If there's a sister in your life who needs this message, please share it, just like women have done to lift each other up over the centuries and across cultures. Women lifting each other is so important. It's why I do this work. And to avoid FOMO and keep up leveling your own life, make sure you don't miss the next episode. You may be losing hormones, but your life has given you powerful perspective. And I believe you have something to give that no one else does, that the world needs. So remember, I'm rooting for you. Let's go.